Welcome to the first installment of YHS Track Talk. Hopefully this is a great tool for you, reviewing every week. We're going to make sure we're recognizing a lot of athletes during this as we get into the season a little bit more. And hopefully it's a lot of fun and you get something out of this. So this week what we're going to look into, a question I had from an athlete about caffeine. We're going to talk a little bit about shin splints and how to prevent them. We're also going to meet one of our seniors. We're going to do this every week where we'll talk to a senior, see what they've done, what they like about track, stuff like that. And then one quick programming note, essentially, it's Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, we have spring sports sign up. It'll be at 6 p.m. It's in the main campus gym. Don't forget it's $80 to sign up, and you have to have your physical. Okay, you cannot even practice without a physical, so make sure those two things happen. Also, you'll fill out your insurance information, so you might want to get that ready to go. And you'll sign a steroid waiver and a couple of different things like that. So that said, let's get started. We're going to go right into our question from our athlete. Okay, so caffeine. Caffeine in large enough doses is a banned substance by the YHS. Okay, so the amount in 1 cup of coffee, which I have here, is probably not enough to set off a test. Probably, I don't know. There's no, the YHS doesn't say, oh, exactly this amount, because the amount of caffeine in 1 cup of coffee can vary between multiple cups of coffee. And the amount of caffeine from like a soda to an energy drink are vastly different. So they don't put an actual finite number, but just know that it is a banned substance in large enough quantities. If you have too much in your system and you're required to take a drug test, then yeah, you could fail a drug test with caffeine. As weird as that sounds. Energy drinks are a big no-no. Don't do them. Not only do they have exceedingly high amounts of caffeine, they also have a lot of other things in there that are on the banned substance list by the YHS. So just avoid them. Monster, Red Bull, whatever. Okay, just avoid them. Let's see. Finally, coffee can also cause we'll just say gastrointestinal issues. Okay, you can look that up. I'll put the thing up right now. So gastrointestinal issues, okay, especially in runners that are more prone. Distance runners tend to be a little bit more prone too, just because the jostling up and down for a long period of time. Your intestines don't usually enjoy that, and then throwing coffee, and that's a problem too. Another potential problem, and there's some debate about this, is that coffee is a diuretic, which means it makes you urinate more frequently. Which could lead to dehydration. So it's another potential problem. So my overall advice would basically just avoid it. Especially during the season, if you don't have to drink coffee, if you don't have to drink soda, especially soda, because there's a lot of bad things in that too. Not just caffeine, but just bad for your body. Energy drinks, just avoid them for now. You have until May. You can do it. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do this week is we're going to talk about shins, and it's a real common problem, especially with sprinters and real dynamic athletes. When we do a lot of force application, it puts a lot of strain on your shins. Okay, so we're going to go through some exercises that we do to help strengthen up the shins. Okay, so first thing we're going to do a partner stretch. So I'll have you sit down with your feet out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull his toes towards me. He's going to pull them towards him, okay? So we're going to really strengthen up these muscles right here, all right? Pull. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to push. All right? Pull. Push. Pull. And I don't know if you can see that in the video, but really watch when I'm pulling, really watch this muscle right here. You really see it activate. That's what we're looking for. It's a strengthening exercise for the shins. See it? Alright, so we'll do that maybe 8-10 times each side. We'll switch partners. This is part of our partner stretching implement that we're going to be doing. So it's a really good one for the shins. It's going to get you stronger. Another strength one that we're going to do is come on over here. Have you sit here with your foot hanging off.
we're using kettlebells, okay? You see how his ankle is slightly over, but not too far. He's going to hold onto his knee to kind of give him some support. Okay, so underneath. Latch that over his shoe, make sure it's on nice and tight, it's not crushing his toes. And what he's going to do is he's just going to do repeat cycling it up and down. Up, down. Now, depending on the weight that you use, this is pretty light, so you can probably do 8 to 12 reps. If you do a heavier weight, you might need to do 3 or 4. Another great strengthening exercise, plus the added benefit, since you're over the bench a little bit, is you get to work all those little ankle and stability muscles in your ankles. So it's a really good exercise to do when you were in the weight room and you have some downtime. All right. So we'll switch that both ways. Okay. The last one that we do, we'll try to make this guy work here, is we'll be getting some bands. This is not what we usually use, but we'll just try to make this work so you get the idea of what we're doing. We'll have you sit down, facing this way. No, I'm sorry. So generally what you'll do is you'll put this around your bedpost, something like that. And this is something you can do at home. So now it's another nice light strength. This is especially good if you already have shin splints. It's a lot lighter to do, okay? So you can do it this way. You can do it where you hold the band and you pull your foot out. You can also do where once you sit facing this way, where he'll pull that way, and then you can obviously do the other way too. The 4 great workouts you can do at home once we get some more of these bands, okay? The final thing that you can do, since you already have the band set up, is something that a lot of runners neglect are their IT bands. Okay, their IT bands and their groins. So another one is you can really spread out. Okay, really work that IT band in a nice light way, and then conversely, bring this up. Okay, lots of nice things you can do at home. You can use your parents to hold your toes. Obviously kettlebells aren't really readily available at home unless you have them. Great. Be something you can do here, but those are just some of the ways that we can keep our shins healthy throughout the entire season and hopefully avoid shin splints. So that's this week's injury prevention tip.
Well, I first started running when I was in middle school in track, but I started really running in high school freshman year. My favorite part of track, I'd probably say some of the easy days, the long runs, because they're pretty fun, just talking to people and just having a good time. After high school, I plan on going to Taylor University. It's in Indiana, and just get my bachelor's, and I'll probably run cross country and track there on a scholarship, so that'll be fun too. My favorite race in track is probably the Peterson Prep for Caneland, because it's just a really big meet and a lot of PRs and stuff that happen and a lot of good competition, so I look forward to that every year. The meet that I'm looking forward to most is either the Peterson Prep race or sectionals, and also conference and state series. Some advice for incoming freshmen, I'd say, whatever work you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So the harder you work, the better you're going to do, and the more you're going to improve like that. And also just listen to your coaches and listen to what they're saying, because they're just going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you what it takes to be the best and to improve. So it's a lot of good stuff to listen to them.
All right, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have any advice or questions, feel free to submit them. There should be a form right below this on our website, yourcotrackandfield.com.